Hey everybody, this is Kason with Haggerty. Today we're going to take a look at this beautiful Pininfarina design. This is a 1972 Fiat 124 Sport, and it's a blast to drive. Let's dive in. When I was photographing this car, I really paid attention to some of these body lines. They're really unique, and especially unique for a car of this price segment. What you get is a Pininfarina design car from the early 70s that really mimics a lot of Ferraris and Maseratis of the period. But of course, you're getting it for a much lower price than those cars. This front end is really pretty. You'll notice that the current owner has installed LED headlights. I'll do some video with those on here shortly. But a really pretty front ends, really sleek, simple body lines. And then one design element that I really love is this rear end. These rear shoulders are nice and sharp, and they culminate in almost what looks like a fin here in the rear. You can see the way that the trunk slopes downward. It gives it a really pretty look. As per our consignor, this is a 3-owner 1972 Fiat 124 Spider. This car was purchased about 8 to 10 years ago from our by our consignor from a gentleman in Washington, D.C. who had owned it for about 30 years. That gentleman was a member of the DC Fiat Club. You'll see dcfiats.org decals on the windows here, and the car has been very well cared for over the years, especially by our consignor. Be sure to take a look at the history file on this car. It is extensive with all sorts of receipts. This is an absolute blast of a car to drive. And what I'll do as well is I'll get it out in the sun for you so you can see the dark blue metallic paint. Now, this paint is not a factory color, but it is similar to a factory color. One of the big differences that makes it different from a factory color is that metallic flake that you'll see in the paint. It's really pretty, and it pairs really well with this tan interior. Now, as I've mentioned a few times now, this car was designed for touring and driving, which means it isn't of Concours quality necessarily, but that's just fine. However, I'll point out a few of the slight imperfections this car has in it. There are a few in the paint that you'll see here. There's a crack with a little tiny bit of surface corrosion on it. Really nothing that's cause for concern. Another imperfection in the paint that you're going to find is here along the rear deck area. You'll see the paint starts to crease a little bit and then cracks there to the top of the trunk lid opening. Same on the other side here. The car does have a few minor scratches here and there. I'll be sure to do my best to document all of those in the photos, so be sure to take a look at those. Here you have a little surface corrosion along the edge of the trunk. And you've got a few imperfections here in the bright work on the vehicle, as you can see. And this car has seen a lot of cool events. As you'll notice with both of these vehicles being offered by this consignor, you've got a few stickers here from the various events. Cars and Coffee at the Concours, now the Amelia. Got a subtle dent there. And then this scuff here on the driver's side rear tire well is believed to have been the handiwork of a lawn care professional, unfortunately. But it's actually really not very noticeable. It's mostly that white scuff that stands out most, but there is a bit of a scuff in the paint. And the seller has installed a powered trunk release. It's up under this rear bumperette. Now, I struggle to find it myself, but the owner's able to reach up under there. There's a little button so that you have an automatic trunk release, but you're still, of course, able to use the key as well.